Shares of Peloton bounced last week on news that they were partnering with TikTok. Now, this is another interesting partnership for Peloton and really continues the company's momentum in trying to distribute its app product. There's been a big strategic change at Peloton over the last couple of years, moving from primarily selling bikes and selling those bikes at a profit, and then tacking on subscriptions and living in that premium segment of the market to not really caring whether people buy bikes and just trying to get them to sign up for the app. This is a mindset shift that I think a lot of investors still haven't made with Peloton, and frankly, customers haven't yet either. So maybe this is something that moves customers in that direction. So I want to go through this deal and how it fits with Peloton's strategy long term, because ultimately that's what's going to make or break the future for Peloton as an investment. My name is Travis William. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And thanks to this video sponsor, The Motley Fool. Check out fool.com/ASYM for their top 10 stocks to buy right now. Now, I wanted to start here with what exactly was announced from Peloton and TikTok. And this is a partnership to drive accessibility of fitness and movement with the Peloton Hub. There's going to be a few things that they're doing here, but what they highlight is that content will include select live Peloton classes with and without equipment required, original series, ongoing creator partnerships, class clips. I think that one makes a lot of sense. Celebrity collaborations, and this is all going to be on the TikTok fitness hashtag, which is going to now be run by Peloton. So I think this is both different from Peloton's perspective because it's distributing their content on a very different platform, a much bigger platform. There's 1 billion users for TikTok, so it really gets the Peloton name out there, and it's very different for TikTok as well. I don't think of TikTok as a place where you would go and do a 10 or 20 minute workout class. But it seems that that's going to be something that Peloton is going to be at least playing with adding in this fitness hub. Now, the reason for this is Peloton is reinforcing their brand evolution that they call anyone, anytime, anywhere. And like I mentioned, that is what's leaning into wanting people to sign up for the Peloton app and pay that monthly subscription, whether that's $12 or $25 a month. You don't necessarily have to have a bike. You can do things like running or yoga or meditation. There's lots of different things that you can do on the Peloton app now, and that's very different than what the company was just a couple of years ago. So this is really leaning into that and opening the top of the distribution funnel. I think that's really the way to think about it. There's about 3 or 4 million people who are subscribed to Peloton today. Now there's over 1 billion people who at least could be exposed to it through this fitness partnership with TikTok. So even converting a very small percentage of those people could be very meaningful for Peloton. That's really the way that I think about it strategically. And this really plays into another deal that they made in 2023, and that was the partnership with Lululemon. Now there was 2 pieces to this partnership. One was the apparel part of the deal. Lululemon is going to be making apparel for Peloton. Given the fact that there's not a lot of supply of those products online right now, I think that seems to have gone very well. We'll see if there's much impact on Peloton's bottom line. I don't know that that's going to be a real high margin for them, but a nice little addition for them. But the other piece that's going to be more important is Lululemon Studio All Access members getting access to Peloton content, and then Lululemon shutting down their mirror content. So they're going to discontinue selling the Studio Mirror. That was basically a competing product with Peloton. So Peloton basically gets a competitor out of the way, brings those customers over to Peloton, and gets the apparel partnership. So again, here you're having partnerships that increase the distribution of the content that Peloton is making. This is all part of a bigger strategy for Peloton. Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. So these partnerships sound good, very interesting, a couple of really good brands to be partnering with. But how do we measure success? And there's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to be watching in 2024. One is going to be the ending app subscription subscribers. Now, this is a little bit different than it was with the old app. The subscriptions have really changed. So I wouldn't be surprised if they change the way that they report this, but the numbers are actually declining in the most recent quarter, which is the fiscal first quarter of 2024. That lines up with the third quarter of 2023 on a calendar basis. So declining there, and then overall members were down as well. So not positive trends, but we're very, very early in this transition. This is going to be on the member side. This is kind of like a top line metric to look at to see if there's a lot of success in gaining members. The other thing to watch on the financial side is going to be subscription revenue, $415 million in the most recent quarter, up 1% from a year ago. So does that momentum continue? Even if they're charging less per subscriber, that would actually be positive momentum. And then what is the gross margin, both a gross profit on an absolute basis, $279.7 million in the most recent quarter, up 3%, and also a percentage basis, so 67% gross margin. If Peloton can maintain that or actually even improve it a little bit, that's going to be positive for the business. So this is what you want to see growing. The other segment that they report, this connected fitness products, is actually the hardware that they're making. So they just kind of want to break even on that and then make all their money on the subscriptions. Now, Peloton in its current form is really still a turnaround play. The company is not profitable, not generating positive free cash flow. So it's really hard to look at this company and see how we should value it. There's also plenty of debt on the balance sheet. So there's a lot for management to work through, but the strategy makes a lot of sense. If there is a big market for people paying $10, $20, $30 a month to have access to thousands of pieces of fitness content from all kinds of different classes, then Peloton looks like it's clearly going to be the winner in that market. A lot of the competitors are fading. Companies like Beachbody, who used to sell DVDs, really, I think, kind of started this market in a lot of ways, is really struggling financially, and Peloton is really filling that role. So with partnerships like TikTok and Lululemon, they're doing sports deals. They have sales for people in the military and teachers. I think the strategy is absolutely right in what Peloton is doing. You want to record a class and then distribute it to as many people as possible. And if you have a bigger and bigger library of those classes and a bigger library than your competitors, then your service is going to be more valuable. This is exactly what we see with streaming content from movies or TV shows as well. If you have a great library, then your product is more valuable and you can actually lower prices and generate more profit. It really sounds counterintuitive, but that's the way it works on the internet. So that's what Peloton is leaning into, but there's a long ways to go for this to be a financial success story. Right now, they're making the right strategic moves. In 2024, we need to tick off, okay, are those strategy moves turning into financial success? Are they trending in the right direction? That's what I'm going to be watching this year. And CEO Barry McCarthy has now had almost 2 years to turn around the company's strategy and finances. We really need to see that momentum begin by, I would say, mid-year 2024. So what do you think about Peloton going into 2024? There's at least a little bit of momentum in the first few days of trading, but we'll see where that goes throughout the rest of the year. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.